Nice ass day.
It's warm too.
I know, shit.
Really warm.
Woo! Let's go. Biker gang in our apartment. Just kidding, that's my roommate.
Yeah, look at that. Is that just in your way?
That's dope.
Is it just in your way when you're driving?
No, it's like I'm a cop now, dude. I got that shit set up like that. Already broke our equipment. Dropped it off.
4 foot drop on the brand new camera. Broke the tripod.
Yeah.
It's all right. He's gonna get an adjustable top.
Yeah, you live and you learn, I guess.
I learned from you though, because I saw yours and I was like, yes, last week we were filming.
Bending that shit.
And I was like, man, why do we have to adjust the legs so much? You think there'd be like a swivel top? And then I looked online and they got them.
That's the issue with going first in anything you do. Like
you're the test experiment, man.
Exactly. Let's get this work in.
Okay, we got it. Chest day, best day.
Number two down.
Right.
Whew, it's weird, like, even for like feeling like we were just kind of out of it, you still get a workout.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, it was just so freestyle that it felt weird.
Yeah.
But it was so freestyle that it was good because we incorporated all the phases in.
Yeah. Like we didn't really pick out our weight. I think we went for the same weights and we had to bring stuff over to this spot that we were working out in. So that was a little bit challenging. Like we were like, oh, let's just get 30s and then 35s or whatever. But I think also my mindset was a little different coming in today. It's like it wasn't as like, I think I just sometimes like when I go to the gym, like you were talking about here in your last IG kind of stories when you were talking about you need some beats, like something to get you going. Yeah. I think maybe we need a jam session in the car before we
just to get focused,
just to get back to the intensity. Because I mean, we have a conversation on the way over here, and we kind of roll in, and people are obviously looking at us a little bit because we're carrying a camera into a gym. So
yeah, that did kind of throw me off a bit.
So,
but yeah, no, you're right. Because even I was like, I can't even count right now. I was like, I'm just like firing stuff off. But yeah.
Memory card change.
What, last time the camera died in the middle. This time the card.
Now we've got the card going off. So
we also broke the tripod earlier.
Hey, it's all learning experiences of our first videoing.
That's the thing, man.
Going.
And it's funny, like, as we're teaching someone something, we're like learning in the
I know.
It's crazy.
Hey, life is always learning. Like learn day to day, and we're gonna keep on getting better at this, and you keep on getting better at your exercise routine, and we'll keep on. You give us tips on what you think could be better in our videos, and we'll give you tips on what we think could be better in your exercise routine.
Exactly. Or like whatever people want to see.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that's sometimes maybe almost what happened today too, was like last time it was just like, let's just work out.
Yep.
More focus on the documenting. Whereas like this time it was kind of like, what should we do?
Yeah.
You know, like what should we do for the video? Rather than, like,
less documenting. It was less focus.
I mean, that's kind of how I was thinking. I was like,
it was less focused on the actual exercises, more focused on, I agree, like what we are trying to get across to people that were watching. So, but we'll play with that and kind of mess around. But like we said, it was a weird feel today, but at the same time, like I'm burnt, so so it worked out really well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like people get so caught up, and it's kind of what we're trying to tell people, is like people get so caught up on like it's got to be like this. But if you left feeling the way we feel every time,
you would see gains.
Something good's gonna happen.
Like we were talking last time after we worked out, I was sore, but like I was going for it. I mean, so I think I'll probably be sore today on this. So just keep on building, and that's what you guys should do too.
Well, like one thing that you will notice from what we did was there was effort in every single one.
Yep.
Like I think we hit failure on pretty much everything we did.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it, but I don't know if it'll make the cut. But we were talking about, don't save it for the end. This isn't. You're not in a marathon. Like you don't have anything. If you're the worst that happens is you're trying to get 3 sets, and by the end of your workout, you only get 2. But rather than leaving it out there and then hitting your last set and be like, oh, that was pretty easy, and then you didn't feel like you got in the work. I'd rather burn myself out early on in a workout and be like, oh man, I've got to start lightening up the weight, because you can never go back and start going heavier. You never get that time back that you spent, and so I think that's just wasted time.
100%. Yeah, that's a good point, because there will be times that in the past I've worked out and gotten a whole workout. You'd be like, I didn't push myself.
And that's not a good feeling when you leave the gym and you've spent an hour there, and then you leave and you're like, did I get any work in?
Yeah, I think
dude's getting it.
Yeah, I think it's a gym, man. It's a gym, but it's something that we can work on. Is just coming in more focused on the task at hand.
Yeah,
and then just or maybe it's more putting together the framework, because I know we want to make it more freestyle, but
have a framework
for what we're gonna finish.
Yeah, and then there's always the variables that you can't control. Like today, you run into something it takes some time. It takes out the flow, and so you end up talking to them for a little bit. And obviously, we're lucky enough to be here at Aspire, and so,
so we go along.
Like to talk to them and see what they're doing, but. That's what you might go to the gym and see a friend there. It's hard to break off that conversation and say, hey, listen, I got to lift, because I've been to the gym any time, especially at the gym, and you see somebody you haven't seen for a long time, and you end up spending 15 or 20 minutes talking, and then that completely kills everything you're trying to work through right there. Your focus is off. You've probably lost some of your warm-up. You start to get a little bit tight, and so. It's just stuff that happens, but you can either choose to manage it and put your head down. Sorry, I'll talk to you after. Let's catch up sometime. Or you can, sit there and talk 15, 20 minutes and then go through the rest of it.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to refocus once you've gone through that cool down, tightening up period. Loss of focus, you got to be able to recenter and start going for it again and get back up to that intensity that you were trying to bring in the beginning. So.
And don't think man, I just wasted 15 minutes, it's over with, just get right back into it. And I think we did a good job at that, because it was we were kind of just all over the place, and then after that, it was go, get some weights.
Yeah. And I think the thing that we felt that I thought happened too was, I kept on thinking I got to go to the next exercise quickly, because with freestyle, it's not we're saying don't stand around for 5 or 10 minutes trying to wander around the gym. If you got a gym partner, it's good to have a 1 to 2 minute discussion. How are you feeling right now? Maybe we should switch to this exercise. My chest's pretty burnt. Let's switch to a more shoulder chest exercise or something like that.
It's all good. It's all good.
He's smashing weight though.
Yeah,
he's getting it.
No, yeah, and that is you get. I don't know. But you get that rest in almost automatically.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's a built-in rest for sure. And then that was the other thing. I think one of the problems that we had, we lost focus, and then I did. We
jumped to it.
We were there doing power sets with 30 seconds to break. So I think you got to be more deliberate than we were today, and say, okay, if I'm doing 3 to 5 to 6 reps, then I've got to actually time out. Take your watch, time out the break, and see what you're at, or at least kind of ballpark it a little bit more, because you were going through your sets in 30 seconds, and I was trying to jump right back in.
Right.
And even you called me out on it, and I was didn't realize it was happening. I was just, I'm ready to go. But That's all right. Because
Yeah.
if it doesn't, you just drop down like we dropped down. We dropped from like what 60s to 50s, dropped to 20 pounds total, and then just started going for it again.
Yeah.
Got our reps back up into the ranges that we want to, and that allowed us to take shorter rest breaks because we were doing high rep sets like strength, kind of hypertrophy. You know, the 1 to 2 minute rest breaks that come more natural. I think sometimes those strength and power rest breaks, 5 minutes, is so long to sit around in the gym.
It is.
Most people don't have time to spend that anyway, so
You don't need to be doing that, really. You
No.
know, like for what a lot of people are looking for.
Yeah.
You don't really have to spend too much time in that phase.
So if you're trying to do a power set of chest and you have to take those longer breaks, what you should try to do is mix in some other body group or some other body part or muscle group that doesn't work those areas. So like throw in some body weight like legs or something like that, and then that allows you to kind of, you can keep your heart rate up a little bit, but at least, you know, so you're still not going to be recovering the energy systems as well, but at least you don't burn those muscles even more. So like maybe like, you know, do your bench or whatever you're trying to go for power, and then hit some like lunges in between or something.
Maximize your
Exactly.
time.
Just to maximize the time, so you're getting these movements in, and you're not just feeling like you're standing around. But then you don't have to, you know, you can get your power in if you want. If your goal is to be powerful, then you have to do those power sets and you have to do those rest breaks
Right.
to be able to recover those energy systems and go back at it at 100%. So
For that, yeah, that's a good way. If you want to have that goal, but you don't have enough time, like
yep,
you can find a way around it. That's like the best way.
yeah,
Because I would say like you might still be a little tired, but that's still the best option.
yeah.
You know.
And we're not perfect. We're not trying to be power lifters. So
Right.
if you're not trying to,
If you don't have a competition coming up, then like
then okay, you might get back to 90% instead
Yeah.
of 100% now.
Yeah.
If you're, yeah. So, and that's most of us that aren't really training for anything specific. Or even if you are training for something specific, we're not Olympians. We don't need like this perfect setup of
Yeah.
all these things to go right.
People
at
get-
workouts.
people get so caught up in that it stops them from even trying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or just like, well, I didn't get my protein powder in before the workout, you know, like what's the point? It's like, dude, like the specifics that people focus on, that's for like the 1%.
Yep.
99% of people don't have to even, it just doesn't matter.
I'll tell you, most of the time I got to where I am right now, even running Division I track, I wasn't doing like crazy nutrient timing. Like I wasn't like, I know a lot of bodybuilders are focused on like, you know, when and where they get their meals. I did it, but not like to the T. It doesn't have to be like, I knew a lot of people that are like, I have to eat within 30 minutes of work after I work out, otherwise I don't get any gains. And it's like, well, it's not necessarily true, but it's probably better. But you know, 1 is greater than 0, so you may as well still get that nutrient in. But you know, even if it's later, you don't have to panic. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
That's the thing. Like I said, there's tons of little things that someone at that level can do and has to do to get that advantage. Because at
Yeah.
a certain point, everyone kind of levels out.
yeah,
But to focus on that as just like someone who wants to move better and feel better and live better,
yeah,
like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that
and-
type of stuff.
and the more of those elements you add into your routine, the easier it might be for you. But they're not. It's not like it's what's gonna make or break you.
Right.
It might just make it that much better, but it's not gonna just kill you if you don't do it. So
I think the theme today, and people can see it just from our mistakes, which is good.
yeah,
You know, like you can see if you're going for power, you gotta rest because here you go, you'll die.
Yeah.
You know, you'll die on that.
and we're not perfect. You don't need to be perfect. Like nothing. Like it's just it is what it is, and we still got a good workout.
And that's the
you
thing.
don't have to dwell on it.
Everything that happened, like I'm still pumped, man.
Yeah.
And I still am gonna be sore tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
all right.
Episode 2. We got it.
See you soon.